Okay, strap yourself in because we're about to tell you something that's pretty shocking. So you know the story about Shannon Sharpe being sued by a woman, it looks like a former girlfriend, who says that he sexually assaulted her. He came back saying,
denying it altogether,
not true.
saying this is a shakedown. She's just trying to get money out of me, and he puts a lot of blame on her attorney, Tony Busby, as well.
This is the Tony Busby, as in the Diddy lawsuits.
Correct. Tony Busby is representing the Jane Doe. She's filed as Jane Doe. But this morning, Tony Busby dropped an audio recording that he says his client made. It was a phone conversation between herself and Shannon, and they get into an argument, and you will hear what Shannon said to her. And then we'll get into Shannon's response to this.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Wow.
Yeah. The part obviously bleeped out, just to be clear. I'm going to bleeping choke the out of you the next time I see you. Now, what's interesting is the end of that conversation where he says, you don't have a choice in the matter. One of the things that Shannon said in response to this when the lawsuit was filed is that they had a relationship where there was a lot of role playing. So this was a consensual relationship for over several months where they did role playing, there was rough sex, and he admitted to this, and his lawyer released what he says are text messages from this woman sent to Shannon, where she said things like...
But we should say, this is going to be really graphic, folks.
Yes. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're blanking me.
By the way, and I should say that the choking aligns with what he says was going on, which is what you just described.
Right. I know you missed this big, juicy... Are you not going to read some of these?
Nope, you're the reader.
I know you missed this big, juicy blank, $25K for each cheek. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby.
So what they're saying with these texts is that it aligns with the nature of the relationship which they're talking about.
So Shannon this morning, after Tony Busby released that audio recording, Shannon decided he wanted to respond. Now, he actually recorded a video. He's not responding to the audio recording itself. He's responding to the overall lawsuit and says there are actually more recordings that he expects to come out.
This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about.
So to kind of translate this, I think what he's saying is Tony Busby contacted Shannon Sharpe or his rep and said, give us $50 million or we're going to release, and whatever it was that included a 30-second video, because he seemed to know, about the 30 seconds.
Right.
And saying that if you look at it in the full context of the 10 minutes.
It is interesting that he knows the length, the full length is 10 minutes. So that makes you feel like he knows exactly what this video is.
Charles, he may have a copy of the full video.
Well, he said I don't.
He says
I'd
he
release it if I had
doesn't.
it.
He actually said, Harvey, if he had it, he would release it himself. I don't know what Shannon believes that the sex tape would show, but he certainly seems to believe that it would actually vindicate him.
He seems to have very clear knowledge of when he said when it happened, described where it happened,
what he's saying,
and the exact length.
But I think what he's saying is that if you look at that 30 seconds out of context, it's going to look way different than if you look at the full 10 minutes.
I will say if Shannon, and look, these are two allegations. You have heard her side and Shannon's side. If he is correct, he's trying to, and maybe he will, checkmate Tony Buzbee into releasing the full thing. And if it is 10 minutes, then that makes the public believe Shannon's side of this more than the accuser's side. Well, and I think that's what Shannon's trying to do here.
I disagree a little bit because I don't think the 30 seconds, unless Tony Buzbee is representing that's all there is, that doesn't mean that he's released.
Your point is, if there's something bad in that 30 seconds, it's still bad.
Right.
You see it.
But if you see the full thing, it's not. It's going to look more like role playing than real.
That's what Shannon.
That's what Shannon's saying. If choking is part of the role playing,
you could see him saying, "Look, yes, I said that to her, but that was a thing that we did, and I meant like."
Can you go back?
When you come home, we're going to have rough sex.
Can you just show? Yeah. Can you just show the chyron of that phone call again? That's the part. I don't want to be choked is a weird response. Yeah, it's tepid.
It sounds. Listen. And Shannon hasn't said this, but based on the fact that his lawyer put out these text messages and said this is the kind of relationship they had, I could see Shannon saying that was our role play, and that's why she said very meekly, I don't want to be choked.
And that's why the 10-minute tape may show kind of the full context of it. By the way, he can't sue for defamation because when what they write in the lawsuit is protected. You can't sue for what's in the actual lawsuit. He could sue for malicious prosecution, the way Jay-Z did, if this thing gets dismissed with prejudice.
Right.
Or if he wins. But you can't sue for defamation for what's in a lawsuit.
Right.
Just FYI.